Some here may also know me as Tyro Peter Plains. It has been a very long time since I've watched or played uh, Randomizer, but we'll hopefully have a good time here. This week is odd week settings, so elevators are not randomized and they are starting in vanilla location. And we're off. Runners getting early space jump. Nicely done. And our first item is missiles. It looks like there's more missiles behind the ship, so runners might pick it up for ammo if they want, but otherwise they're probably going to ignore it. Next up for checking, they're going to both players are heading off to the artifact temple. We're going to get our hints soon enough for where our artifacts are. Both players playing today are experienced in the Metroid Prime Randomizer community, Fuzzy and GC, aka the Ginger Chris. Our first item, or next item, I should say, is the super missiles. All right, we'll see if some of the players check their hints. Here we go. That is fast. Wow, I got observatory. I really didn't get anything else there. But Gollop points out that we have an Omega Pirate artifact in play. So get your beverages ready. This might be a long seed. Unfortunately, didn't really get any of the other hints there. So that's two artifacts on the Omega Pirate, going off of what chat said. One on the Omega Pirate itself, and then the one right behind him. Both players finding their energy tank here. It's going to be nice for survivability at this point in the seed. And now it's a rush off back to Heroes of Ruins. Alright, so both players are now in Chozo Ruins. GC is a little bit ahead of Fuzzy, but not by much. It is definitely still anyone's game. Of course, the tree item is in play here. And we have our morph ball. Of course, now UC is going to have to hope for missiles to open the door. There you go. There we go with our morph ball bombs. Very convenient because now PGC can just bomb jump right out of there and also pick up the item here. There's another energy tank. Seem to have a there we go, connection here from the stream. Thank you for pointing out the artifact locations in the chat. And behind our wall is more missiles. Fighting. Conveniently, neither players had to backtrack so far with their routing choices. All right. There we go, getting the drone skip there. UGC's in. We follow up. And we have our Maria so here. McNamara is definitely going to be safe and is actually totally in play now. We're coming up to McNamara Elevator 2, although I'm going to guess, I would assume, will our players go down there? No, yeah. TGC is going to continue pressing on. Well done to Faizi, getting the drone skip as well. Indeed, who just rushes Magmar? Oh, I know a few players that would do just that. We have our power bombs in vault. Interesting. EGC granting us with a very suit that lovely color scheme. We're very used to it. Look at this, TGC heading back. Now, marching on to Magmar. Giving both players check the vault. Yes, both players have skipped the ledge item. I believe it was an energy tank. It was nothing significant. What do we have behind the mysterious column? It's a suit. Gravity suit. Interesting. I don't know. don't think that really opens up too much at the moment. Gravity suit. Both players definitely preferring to see phase on suit. Alright, and we have more missiles here. Yes, as pointed out, the greatest power of finding the gravity suit is we are no longer bestowed to watching that lovely careless game on TGC's end. Our bomb expansion. That is nice to find at this point. Although with main power bombs already in tow, not as useful. And preferably finding something else. Still. With both suits and two energy tanks, it might be a while before players feel threatened. I can confirm Faizy is still streaming on his end, so stream momentarily. GC just taking a nice little lava bath there. So unfortunately, while we can't see it because of the stream freeze, we do have our first route split because Faizy has decided to press on down the passage, and we have it back. Well, there's something important there. I'm not sure what it was, but they made the effort to go out the way to bomb jump and successfully getting out there. Checking the tracker, I believe Faizy has a spider ball. Just missiles for that effort on TGC's end. TGC taking a few little shots at it. And Faizy now pressing on. Will Faizy make the same checks that he made? This bomb jump is a risky one. This, as pointed out by chat, yes, this is a very stacked seed so far. That is a very good question from chat. Nice, TGC gets out of it. Yeah, so the spider ball that's being collected is actually out of logic, because the logic expected players to have space jump to collect that. This means that if we see another spider ball check and play anytime soon, basically can't be far behind. Now that I've said that out loud, we shall see if that remains true. So now we have an interesting Faizy Dragon. Did miss what was in the lighthouse. Not sure if chat was confirming that they saw the phasal in the lighthouse or if they were expecting the phasal in the lighthouse. Here's we're having another little technical difficulty here, but TGC is successfully streaming on his end, so we shall hopefully resume soon. I did unfortunately miss what was behind the ice. We shall see in TGC's end soon. I see making a go for something that's out of logic. Unfortunately failed to jump there. Fortunately, falling in this room means having to act without space jump means having to go back through these rooms again. On Faizy's end. Pointed out there must be something important on the lighthouse to go for that way. Now, what I am is. Did you see fire? Was that a phasing suit? Faizy's also not going for it anymore. Fortunately, I did not get a good enough look there, so we'll have to just wait and see. And we finally have our space jump. That is a little bit unfortunate for Faizy, taking the time loss. Yes, we're getting a few angry shots there. Because, yeah, Faizy's lost some time from that. Energy tank behind the ice on TGC's end there. So far, no need for plasma. And Faizy now checking the hints as well. The double take at the elite quarters. That realization. And setting off a power bomb in anger, perhaps. Interesting. TGC making the save here. Fortunately, TGC does not have enough missiles for a super missile here. Oh no, I cannot read, apparently. I misread. The 11 missiles is one missile there. That is our wave beam. That is incredible. So we finally have our first beam in play. That opens a whole load of checks for our players. as Mayo in chat has pointed out, the logic in this seed wanted you to go get your supers in Fendrano Canyon, then go back to Shore Tunnel for Spider, and then go to Lighthouse for Wave. And oh my gosh, we have a Phazon suit. This is a loaded seed. Both players are definitely going to go for this. As pointed out, we still need our X-ray visor, however, with our Mega Pirate in play. Without it, we're not going to be able to take him out. The X-ray visor could pretty much be almost anywhere. Just like the Phazon suit. TGC, warping back to start location. Both players could... Oh, we have our first major route divergence. TGC is warping back. Meanwhile, Faizi's pressing on in Fendrana, going towards the labs. TGC, first checking this very tall room in Talon. The Arboretum is infamous for many falls. It's just missiles. TGC going for the out of bounds. Doing this check a little early. Got a little stuck there, but no worries. Getting out of there. Just missiles. Still, nice to get that out of the way. I'm sorry, was I... And on Faizi's end, Faizi is validated with the flamethrower. Wonderful item. AGC, meanwhile, is pressing on into Chosen Runes. Either way, there is an artifact in the labs. So, the players will need to do these checks at some point. There is our X-ray visor just sitting up there in the Chosen main temple. We missed that. It's an expansion so far for both players. Question is, which player will find a significant item first? The X-ray visor absolutely is an essential item, but other than the Mega Pyre, it doesn't block any progression. And we have our plasma beam. And our first artifact for Faizi. This is significant. Plasma might not have the most of checks, but it's great for offensive capabilities. We still have that one Fendra on our check that is unknown to our players. Faizi going for the pirate trigger skip, and it looks like successfully pulled it off. Is that a visor on TGC's end? No. It's a little difficult to make things out sometimes. Apologies about that. Alright, TGC going for the lava bath skip, and he gets it. First try, nicely done. The gravity suit would definitely mitigate any major issues with it, should he fail, but nicely done. First time. And for all of this, we had our nothing item there on TGC's end. And we have our ice beam on Faizi's end. Deep into the labs. This is very bad news for TGC. The only way he's gonna find that ice beam is if he decides to go back to the labs. That discovery, I would say Faizi's taking the lead. Each player has their own beam now. There is the possibility that we still have a significant item in Chozai's temple. I believe that's the name of it. I could be wrong. The plasma beam check next to the wave beam room. But it would have to be boost ball, because we otherwise know where every one of our other significant items are at this point. Artifact for Faizi there. Question is, how long will it take for Faizi to check the Tower of Missiles location? There is the possibility that it takes Faizi a long time to find a plasma beam. And there's our boost ball on TGC's end. This does give TGC a bit of a speed boost. So yes, the only reason to go to Phase on Mines is for those artifacts, and maybe the possibility of thermal visor. As pointed out in chat, and there's our grapple beam. The best of beams. Yes, this is a very loaded seed up the front. Nearly every item found already into the 30-minute mark. Still, an evil seed. Having Ice Beam in labs is the one place you do not want it to be. Both players currently desperately looking for each other's beam. It's an interesting race this has become. Izzy warping back. Could they be heading towards Chozo? Will they be climbing it reverse frigate? Not sure if they meant to finish scanning off that item there, but they did. Another artifact for Faizi. And they're going reverse Chozo. Interesting. Will our players high five? Yes, yes, they will. Unless TGC decides to safety save or warp right back. Ah, looks like we are not having a high five after all. TGC just skipping right by Fizzy there. With Fizzy clearing up Chozo, it is perhaps a matter of time till he finds the plasma beam. Will TGC head back to the labs? This is true. I actually initially thought that tower missiles could not contain significant items. That was a issue, limitation of just simply how that check worked. But yeah, it looks like it has been addressed since I last commentated. Shoutouts to the community and the developers for Randomizer. Fuzzy. Now repeating all the checks TGC did in reverse. It does look like TGC is heading back to Phendrana. Which means we still have a very interesting race upon our hands, ladies and gentlemen. As both players, by that logic, are going to eventually stumble upon their required beams. Ice spreader for Fizzy. I believe that would mean TGC might have his ice spreader too. Although whether we'll ever find out, we'll never know. There is a possibility that we missed that check there because of course, no, because TGC at the time did not have the ice beam. So yes, TGC right now is location-wise in a more optimal spot because he's right next to the labs. Sorry, the phazon mines, which will eventually need to be done anyway. However, Fizzy does have 4 of the 6 artifacts. And once Fizzy gets that plasma beam, it's just phazon mines is left. As pointed out by Gollop in chat, TGC still does have to go out to Farfendrana for the artifact in Frost Cave, which is still a bit of a detour. Faizi, I'm sure, pleased as punch to grab their grapple beam. Lovely Zoid, just waiting on a random timer, as always. Oh no, TGC falls down the labs. Bit of a stumble there. Nicely climbing it otherwise. So, as pointed out in chat, a recent development that I was not aware of that's very cool is that the maze... There are two elements in this game that have major RNG, which is the maze and the timer on when Zoid is vulnerable. However, now, with the randomizer, it is actually equalized. So, like, both players will exhibit the exact same maze and the exact same Zoid timers. Very cool stuff. Thanks, Gollop, for pointing that out. I see. Not even going to pick up the nothing? Will Faizi attempt Flarga? Or will Faizi first go for the Tower of Missiles? As pointed out in chat, something I forgot about is reverse plan is possible. So logically, Faizi will likely avoid taking on Flarga unless they really had to, which they won't this seed. TGC finally getting the Ice Beam. TGC understandably now checking the artifact locations. TGC collecting that third artifact. Just the 2 in the mines left to go. And I'm actually not sure what other artifacts TGC is missing. I just noticed that TGC also doesn't have the spider ball. Ah, okay, right, of course. As reminded, Fusion Suit just doesn't have the different model. It has been a while. As pointed out, it would have been very difficult to grab the wave beam, yes. Izzy just about to collect the plasma beam. A TGC falling down. Lovely. Yeah, with the plasma beam now in Faizy's possession. Yes, it's true that Thermal Visor's still out there somewhere, but best bet is to just go for those artifacts at this point. Now, how will Faizy make their way to the face of mines? There's our 5th artifact on TGC's end in Elite Control Access. The final artifact, the Mega Pirate himself. Faizy easily jumping through with their their gravity suit. TGC making mincemeat of that drone and just getting out of there. No reason to do the maze at this point. The Metroid's trolling TGC wonderfully. So Faizy's just a few minutes behind TGC. Not even that much far. The pirate bopping TGC off there. Faizy collecting their artifact in ACA. The odds are in TGC's favor, but this is still anyone's race. There's still enough things to, you know, vary things up. It will come down to how the player plays, however, in a lot of manners. But, like, it will mostly come down to the player. As pointed out, Phazon Mining Tunnel had our thermal visor. This has been a pretty easy seed, but certain skips were required early on, particularly that semi-difficult bomb jump to grab the... I forget what it was in there. It was the gravity suit. No, it wasn't. Yeah, I'm not sure. Spideball, that was it. But unfortunately for TGC, not getting the one cycle. Could this be enough of a chance for Faizy to catch up? So wait, where was the thermal visor then? Ah, the ventilation shaft contained. Yeah, thanks, Gollum. Some players can do without the thermal visor, but it's not for everyone. So, by my count, Faizy is 4 minutes and 30 seconds behind TGC, but that does not include TGC going out its way to collect that one artifact. But that really won't take that. That'll take like at most 10 seconds, 10 to 30 seconds to go out his way. TGC gunning it for the save room so that he can warp back. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we have a close race on our hands here. TGC going to collect their 6 artifact. So I was a little bit off with that estimation. It's more a few minutes because of the safety warp that I forgot. TGC does have a time advantage, but he's lacking the thermal visor. Will that make an impact in the final Metroid Prime Essence fight? We shall see. This is very exciting. Will Faizi be able to successfully one phase the Mega Pirate? That's huge. TGC also has 15 more missiles stockpiled. Although I don't see that making too much of a difference. Both players are going to be starting their fights relatively the same time. Readily for TGC, Mega Pirate for Faizi. TGC spelling high. High speed gaming. I think. Hard to say, he did get a little knocked around. This balling. Metroid getting into the second phase. Faizi unfortunately firing his power bomb just a touch too early to get the space pirate skip. TGC making work of Metroid there. Will Faizi get the Omega Pirate skip? There's a lot of pirates to deal with. Oh no, it's not. I don't think he fired his 2 missiles. But they get the skip. Excellent. That is critical. Every moment counts. It's gonna be... TGC is gonna have to spend a lot of time for Faizi to catch up, however. Alright, will TGC be able to climb this room without much hassle? Getting up there, but the fission Metroid knocks him down. Unfortunate, that is the problem. Not clearing that room fast enough. PGC sent flying from it as well. But nice smooth recovery. TGC just has a few platforms to go. And now, just Metroid Prime. Fizzy still has Meta Ridley to go as well. This is a pretty fast seed, all things considered, even with a Mega Pirate required. First sub-chamber almost done here. Fizzy starting their Meta Ridley fight. Nicely done there on TGC's end. Fortunately, though, getting super missiles last. And Fizzy is on to the second phase with Meta Ridley with that boost. Fortunately, immediately getting the worst attack you could want from Meta Ridley. Oh no, this Fizzy needs all the luck he can get, and this is not what he needs. And another one. This is vital. And another! Oh dear! Fizzy's going to need to start getting the snipes. Oh, okay. I would say the last foreboding challenge ahead of Fizzy now is climbing Impact Crater. Missing the snipe again. Another Ridley has been stubborn this fight, unfortunately for Fizzy. PGC going for the super missile strike, but I don't think that hit. My heart is pounding right now. One last, very challenging room ahead of Fizzy. Will they be able to make the climb in time? Desperately looking for missiles, but not getting any. I've never seen this variation of the climb before, but it is consistent for Fizzy. Makes the climb effortlessly. Yeah, the lack of missiles for Fizzy going into this fight does make the ice spreader less viable, unfortunately. Both players in the final Metroid Prime fights, side by side, TGC in the lead, but lacking some of the equipment the Fizzy has. Is it enough to make a difference? TGC getting bodied here with those fireballs. That is Prime done for TGC. Just Essence left. Fizzy on to the second subchamber. Will the visor make enough of a difference? The legendary flamethrower in action for us to all see and enjoy. Fizzy getting that ice spreader off. TGC pumping Prime slowly but surely. And expertly gets a pool skip. The one time that it could arguably be beneficial. Yes, they have fixed the music for this final fight, skipping the cutscene. Alrighty. He needs to connect those shots if he wants to catch up. Will Fizzy get those required missile drops? And getting them there, the ice spreader shot, nicely done there. TGC has found Essence. It's on the last stage, and it's GG there. Excellently played by TGC. It was a close race. Fizzy did have some extra tools there to help out, but it wasn't enough, unfortunately, for Fizzy. We might see some comment. We might see TGC join us for some an interview post race. Oh, that was a very heavy loaded seed. We're gonna talk about that and more very shortly.
More.
Welcome. Good game.
Thank you again. That was a weird seed.
It was indeed. What are your first thoughts?
I think me and Fizzy are going to put in a complaint because I'm pretty sure the last time me and Fizzy raced on stream, Ice Beam and Plasma were in the exact same locations. Because
so, go ahead.
I have a feeling that Fizzy would have been first to Ice Beam because he's been burned by labs before. And I think his ... in race time was finding the Ice Beam.
So,
and then I decided to obviously book it out. I was like, I don't think it's going to happen. I feel there's something I've left in Chozo, which was the Plasma.
So you and Faizi had very similar routes, and then you both collected your phase on suit, in the wave beam room, the ice temple, and this is where you made your major route divergence because you warped back to get your plasma, and Faizi pressed on into the labs, getting that ice beam nice and early. The difference being, they were looking for the plasma. You
Yeah.
were looking for the ice.
Yeah, so my like overall where can ice be was a lot less check dense than his plasma check.
And you both collected your beams relatively within this, like you collected it a few minutes before Faizi collected the plasma beam. And Faizi did have more equipment, other than missiles, but like he had the ice spreader, he had the thermal visor. But it wasn't enough. You were closer to the mines, and that netted you the winner.
Yeah, I think Lice being where it was routed very nicely just to go in and do mines. I was quite happy with that. So I was like, part of my play was that I'm hoping to go into mines from Fen because I needed to get observatory anyway. And I could never, every single time I checked my hints, I was always double checking that it was Frost Cave or it was that part of Fen because I could never remember which one it was. I kept that I was letting slip.
Yeah, you were blazingly fast looking for your hints there. You've obviously had the practice to shorthand it.
I don't take notes, so that's why I kept re-looking at them because I knew I had to do OP. I knew I had to go down for elite control access. I knew observatory. I knew like frigate crash site. I was leaving that till last. It was literally just that one frost cave one. I kept forgetting it.
Yeah, that's quite a. It's always fun when that happens when you're just trying to remember the one location.
Also, what was the deal with my Omega Pirate? That confused me.
What exactly happened? That
So
confused
I never got the one cycle because they decided to recover 2 armor pieces in between. So I must have got like a last frame shot of plasma as he was fading in and out. So he recovered 2, and as a result, I had to do a second cycle. But as soon as the second cycle X-ray started, he immediately was damaged. So like he appeared in X-ray and then stunned and vanished again, which I've never seen happen before.
And that is Faizi done. Oh, no, nope, I lied. I'm sorry. No, their stream just paused for a second.
Almost.
My apologies for jumping the gun there.
But yeah, Mega Pirate confused me.
In truth, there were a lot of moments that it was a lot to track, especially by myself. Thank
Yeah.
you to our trackers in chat for keeping me on track with this commentation today.
I really need to scrub up on my Essence fight as well. I am very bad at it nowadays. And I just haven't put the practice in because I don't do pull cancels.
That's
I
GG for
knew.
Faizi.
Yeah, there we go. I knew I was going to get pull skipped where I was, and I was like, I just don't want to reposition, and I really should have. But no, GG Faizi only 5 minutes behind.
We knew you had that one artifact to collect as well in the frigate crash site, but it wasn't enough of a detour to really derail you.
I was always going to leave that till last year. Unless, like, the only time I was ever going to pick it up was if I was forced to go through frigate for any silly reason.
And unfortunately for Faizi, they did do the Chozo runes back to front, looking for the plasma beam, and that's what I would have done as well for, like, logically, clearing it faster, but yeah, the plasma's on the opposite side. Faizi saying he has words for you.
Yeah, this is what I was saying. We're probably gonna.
That was the other time lost for Faizi as well. Was they were in the lead at the start for the most part, And then they tried to go for the phase-on suit up the tower without space jump,
Oh,
but
dear.
unfortunately missed. And then they decided to press on, and of course there is the space jump. And the ... was for Omega Pyre, apparently.
Ah. That's Caesar's DNF.
Mighty Caesar unfortunately forgot about the super missiles early on.
Right, how do we get Fizzy in? Because... Aha!
There we go.
I'll send that off to Fizzy.
I only just saw the chat there from Bob.
Yeah, Fizzy's going to come in here, and Fizzy's going to go off on one at me. I didn't gen this, Fizzy.
I have words for you.
Right, so
What did I say
Fizzy,
before this
before
race?
you say anything, right?
I know you didn't gen this, but
See
you cursed
Plasma. See the last time me and you raced on stream. Ice Beam was exactly the same location, but was Plasma the same location? Because I'm pretty sure it was.
it. Yes, it was.
That is weird. That is so weird. Because, like, we done the complete opposite this time, because I didn't do labs. I got my Plasma first.
Yeah,
And
so
then, yeah, go ahead.
your major route divergence was when you both collected the phase-on suit, TGC decided to warp back, and eventually collected the plasma beam pretty quickly, but then had to eventually get the ice beam later. Whereas you pressed on into the labs, got the ice beam, but then you eventually did Chozo back to front, so you collected your plasma beam around the same time that TGC collected the ice beam. And unfortunately, TGC was just closer to the mines. And you did have a little bit of extra equipment, like the thermal visor and the ice spreader, but it just wasn't enough, unfortunately.
XO4 is a bully.
Exo glitched on me. I shot Exo presumably on the last frame of him like phasing out, and he recovered like 2 armor pieces. And then I had to do a second cycle, and the first time he
OP?
appeared in second cycle, he immediately stunned and vanished again. I was so confused.
My OP activated immediately.
Oh
on me.
dear.
Yeah, so mine was really slow. And then XO4 just couldn't decide what color they wanted to be today either. But just for you, Pyro, I don't know if you saw it, but I changed to power phase for you using flamethrower.
I did notice, thank you. Yeah, both players let me enjoy that.
Oh?
Yeah, I done some fried calamari at the end.
I also noticed that I feel bad. Ridley, was bullying Fizzy that entire time.
Oh.
Ridley was in the spot where it shouldn't have charged, but he charged anyway, so yeah.
I had
I usually wedge him
a
right
near
next to the
perfect
entrance.
Ridley, thankfully.
But yeah, we had a lot of back and forths, and like there was still a lot of we still didn't know whose race that was until like just because like with the extra equipment that you had, we did wonder if you were able to catch up. I really think that Ridley bullying was mean, but oh man, that impact crater climb for you, Fizzy, was fantastic. And then TGC.
Oh yeah, I felt. Yeah, like my
Metroid.
fingers are so cold that I ended up like I missed the slope jump several times, and the one I did get, the Metroid just glitched onto me, and I was like, "Well, this is my life now."
Oh, that was me in MQA because I was trying to get the door and like, no, you're coming back with us.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
yeah.
both got stumped by the Metroids.
Well, like 2 of the Metroids ended up dashing in front of the door, and I froze one, so I actually had to roll under it to get through.
Oh, for me, it latched onto me as I was trying to go through the door and pulled me aggressively out.
I
Oh
think you
dear.
both used a power bomb there, if I recall correctly. Fizzy did, anyway.
Yeah, I did because I'm not dealing with that anymore.
I don't think I did actually.
Right, that was the other thing. TGC, you had a bit of a lead. You did have a lead early on, but then it was Magmore that gave Fizzy the lead because they went straight for the Fury Shores, whereas you climbed the room, then fell down, and
Oh yeah, I done the NSJ climb. Yeah.
Yeah. So Faisy did catch a bit of a lead there, but then they tried to go for the phase and suit without space jump.
I went for wave beam without space jump and committed down.
And
Oh
then you
dear.
proceeded to find space jump.
I ended up doing spider ball without space jump, so I had to do the
Yeah,
horrible
you
bomb
both
jump.
did. You both did.
I hate that bomb jump.
It's
so bad.
actually not that bad. It's just a slight forward if you go onto the platform.
I'm
That-
bad at timing it.
That's actually around the time that, Faisy, you kind of your stream on this end froze for a little bit. So we unfortunately just got the tail end of that. Whereas TGC, we got to enjoy watching you struggle that for like 30, 40 seconds. I don't blame you. That room is nerve-wracking. Like, because it's so easy to get pinched underneath terrain in that room and then, lava bath to death.
I can attest to that being really terrible.
Otherwise,
But no, this was a weird seed. Like, I think this was the seed that was designed specifically for Faisy to get revenge. Because he
TGC,
got his
you're
ice
bloody
beam in
fired.
labs. I didn't touch it, right?
Wait. All right. What
I'm
did I
not
say
bribing
right
you.
before this race? What did I say right before this race?
I know.
I was like, TGC, watch there be an ice beam in Aether like there always is. And what do you know? It's in Aether in the same exact spot. It always is every single time
That
you
is
play.
actually the funniest thing, is that the ice and the plasma were back, not even like French vanilla from the last time we raced, the same spots, and we done the complete different thing this time round. Because I done what you done last time. Took
For
the
me, it
wave
was
beam and
plasma
left.
go mode at that point. Boost ball was nice to find along the way. Grapple was
Yeah.
nice in case I screwed up something. Because I ended up doing
Yeah.
Zoid on the way back.
I ended
Because
up
it's like-
my reasoning for going back after getting like the wave beam and the phase on suit was like, I know X-ray is in Chozo and I need that because we have OP. So I was like, I'm gonna go grab that. And I felt like there was something else that I'd left in Chozo because I only done the front of Chozo. Because I presume you left Chozo as soon as you got your Varian power bombs.
Yeah, I checked Vault and went into Lava
Yeah,
Lake. Because Lava
I done
Lake's
the same.
been very
your
favored
routing
as
was
of late.
almost identical until that major split. There was like one or two minor changes in the magma and stuff, but otherwise, no, it was identical.
But
And then you made that logical split, and then like eventually, and you were so close to high-fiving, because TGC was at the back end of Chozo and Faisy was climbing the frigate, and then as soon as you're about to interact, you had to spoil it, TGC, by warping back.
I didn't have ice beam. I couldn't go anywhere else.
Yeah,
well, my reasoning for going back to Chozo and going through the back was I barely touched Chozo. The farthest I went was Vault. That's it.
Yeah.
yeah.
So
I was saying earlier.
I had all Chozo to.
If
still
I had
do.
ice beam, if I was in your situation, I probably would have done it back to front as well. It just
And
makes more sense.
And it's just unfortunate for you that Plasma was in Tower. But at least you both remembered that Tower is logical.
The logic behind that is also pretty damn dumb too. Because let's see, Tower is locked behind Supers and the Fireball. The Fireball is locked behind the Power Bombs. The Power Bombs where was it again?
Vault.
Oh yeah,
There's a lot of zigzagging between the space jump,
The
spider
the
ball.
worst bit was the space one. You were supposed to go in to get space jump, out to get spider, back to get wave.
wait,
Then
is it not a beginner space jump? Is there a bomb jump to get out?
which one?
To get out from Shore Tunnel.
The bomb
Yeah,
jump
check
in
that.
Shore Tunnel is not beginner. Like you're
It's-
required to have space jump for that.
Really?
Yes. That is it's a surprisingly challenging. Well, not challenging. It's a little
It's just
difficult.
tricky. It can
But
be.
the-
It
I
can
guess
be
it's only
punishing.
intermediate because of the risk of dying if you
It's
mess up.
punishing, exactly. Yes. Yeah, we were just having this discussion earlier that like even if a trick isn't that difficult, if it's punishing, that automatically typically bumps up to intermediate.
The logic was to take our power bombs, go get space jump, go get spider, go back, get wave beam, and then from wave, you had basically whatever route you wanted. Go get ice, go get plasma, and then everything else opened up from there.
Oh. Hey, could have been worse. It could have been back with the logic bug where Space Junk could be in the tower. You remember
That was
that?
a year and a half ago at this point.
Yeah.
Do you know? Funnily enough, right? I walked in the front of Fen. I looked up at the tower and I was like, I don't know what that is. I can't see it. I
Yeah,
hope
we
that's
kept
not
missing
space
it
jump.
too.
I actually thought it was thermal because when I came out of Ice Ruins East from the top bit, I looked over, but I still couldn't tell what it was, and I thought it might have been thermal, just at an awkward angle. And I was like, I'm probably going to skip that. But when I went back, I was like, I'm going to double check. I would like thermal. This is probably the best place to get it if it is. And then it was
Good
wave, and I was like, well.
Good thing you checked, yeah.
Yeah, I was prepared to do essence without thermal, but getting thermal on the way down to OP was very convenient.
Where was thermal?
Thermal was vent shaft. You walked past it.
Yeah, no, I was like in full go mode. I literally was just beelining OP. I didn't check a single thing.
Yeah, as
The
soon as I
only
got
thing I
plasma, I was
checked
going
was
mode
the
2.
X-ray and MQ or Metroid Quarantine, whatever. Not MQB.
I didn't even see what was up there, but yeah. I mean, rule of thumb: if it's not particles, it's not important.
Nah.
Or
Nah,
excuse
it's
me,
like,
if it has particles, it's not important.
like I didn't stop for anything. I just literally ran towards OP to say hi.
But
But no, nothing else from me.
Yeah. Do our players have any closing thoughts?
I'm sorry, Faizy, it wasn't me.
TGC is fired. I don't want to ever play a C-Gen by him ever again because I know that he's going to do Plando to just somehow get
I'm going to send you a Plando.
every single. No,
I'm going to send you a Plando where there's
No.
an ice beam in every single labs room.
you're gonna put You're gonna put ice beam in every single labs room, and then a negative ice beam at the doors.
No, I'm just going to make it that ice beam is useless. There's no ice doors.
All right, then how you skip an exo? Are you going to teleport me straight to Essence?
Oh, I'll figure it out.
Oh Lord.
On that fun note, thank you for joining us this week. We'll be here next week, same time as usual.
Thank you for doing commentary. Welcome
you're
to have you
welcome.
back.
Yes, this was quite something. Yeah, if you'd like to check out, I don't know. This is the part where if I was organized, I'd let you know where you're gonna head up to, but I am not. And so, you know what? It's fun to live place.
Gollop has the runners links in there. Make sure you follow the commentary and the tracking team as well. Thanks to Op and Gollop for jumping in for that.
Yeah, huge thanks. They really help me keep on tracking too. Same for chat.
Make sure you follow the Ginger Chris and Mighty Caesar 37.
Yep, and Faizy as well. And also, if anybody is interested, tonight, what time is it currently? It is 9:30. So 2.5 hours, there will be a cross-game, I guess demonstration is the right way of saying it, as part of Bash Prime's ongoing speedrunning marathon. So link in with Bash Prime and get to see some more Prime cross with Echoes. That should be
never
fun.
have enough Prime. On that fun note, I'm Christopher Voss, Pirate Paper Planes. And this has been our runners.
Bye-bye, I'm TGC. I'm sorry, Faizy. I'm leaving.
I'm gonna go cry in a corner now.
Alright, you heard the man. Everyone cry in the corner.
GG's.